For court watchers, Thursday had all the promise of a dramatic day.
Several landmark rulings could be coming down.
But you know what they say about great expectations.
No major decisions today. Nothing on Voting Rights Act, nothing on affirmative action.
Now, the Supreme Court did strike down a federal law that required an anti-prostitution pledge from private organizations getting federal AIDS funding. But that was nowhere near as closely watched as the rulings observers had hoped to see Thursday. 4 cases covering 3 major issues are still pending decisions, so let's dive in. First, affirmative action. The case is Fisher versus University of Texas at Austin. The case challenges the consideration of race in college admissions. Abigail Fisher says she was rejected from UT Austin. She essentially argues reverse discrimination. She argues UT violated her 14th Amendment right to equal protection. A ruling in her favor could change the way schools make admissions decisions. Another widely anticipated ruling, same-sex marriage, and there are 2 cases to watch for on this one. Hollingsworth versus Perry specifically challenges California's voter-approved Proposition 8, which bans same-sex marriage. A federal court and appeals court ruled it unconstitutional. But the Supreme Court could go a few ways here, upholding the ban, striking it down just in California, or even dismissing the case completely. And there's another case to watch when it comes to same-sex marriage, United States versus Windsor. That one challenges the Federal Defense of Marriage Act, which defines marriage as between a male and female. Provisions of it have been struck down by appeals courts, specifically those that deal with the denial of federal benefits to same-sex couples. This woman, 83-year-old Edie Windsor, brought the suit against the U.S. government after her partner died and their marriage was not recognized by the federal government. But you might recall, the Obama administration isn't defending DOMA anymore, so arguing on behalf of the government is a group sponsored by House Republicans. And the third major issue yet to be decided is the Voting Rights Act. The case puts the Voting Rights Act of 1965 under the microscope. That law was intended to stop discrimination against minority voters. To do that, it requires 9 states and jurisdictions in 7 other states that have a history of racial discrimination to basically ask the Justice Department permission to change their voting laws. Opponents say the states and jurisdictions that have to ask to change their laws are being discriminated against, and that the section of the law it comes from was never intended to be permanent. But just last year, the Justice Department rejected a Texas voter ID law that required voters to have identification to vote. Civil rights groups argued that discouraged poor and minority voters from getting to the polls. So there are those who argue that provision of the Voting Rights Act should stand. Lots to watch out for from the High Court. The term is up a little more than a week from now, which makes this coming Monday the next chance to catch one of those major rulings. Thanks for watching Newsy. I'm Christina Hartman.